special shout out to executive producer Faye for sponsoring this reaction. Focusing on a range of TV shows, Faye is happy connecting with the community of those with JD-type fantasies in their head. Picks include a lot of TV shows from the 2000s as well as DC Comics and Disney. Hopefully, something for everyone to enjoy. Be sure to check out Faye's fanfiction account in the link below. Thanks again, Faye, for sponsoring this reaction.
Welcome back to another Real Talk reaction. This one is for Scrubs, Season 1, Episode 4.
Yes, got a couple of comments to feature from Episode 3. Starting with Del Guy, who says, thanks for the reaction. The Friend Zone is a really familiar sitcom idea now, but it was relatively fresh back in 2001 when this aired. It was first popularized just a few years earlier on Friends. I like the comparison to Family Guy in terms of cutaway gags. It also reminds me a little bit of MASH in the way it gives us a comedic experience of working in a hospital but doesn't avoid the serious parts. But MASH never had a character like Dr. Cox.
No.
Alright, we got JoJo77 saying, great reaction. It's good to notice those music cues because even when it's not a joke, this show really uses music well and has a pretty good soundtrack overall. And when I was younger, it took me a while to realize because giant ginger dudes aren't normally my thing, but Cox can get it. Just thought it was worth mentioning. Alright, we got executive producer Lasith saying, love the reaction, guys. Once again, Dr. Cox was a highlight for me because his interactions with JD and Elliot are absolutely hilarious. Can't wait for the next one. Jason comes through to say Ted, the hospital lawyer, played by Sam Lloyd, is probably the funniest side character in sitcom history. He delivers in every scene. Fun fact, this show is produced by the same producer as Cougar Town, so there is a strange 3 degrees of separation to Community, as you have recently learned. Alright, a couple more comments. We have Ted Callie coming through to say, this episode's focus on Erasure's A Little Respect reminded me of the other big beloved aspect of the show, how great it is at not only including but integrating pop songs into its soundtrack and story. Honestly, this show might be responsible for 70% of my musical taste. On a sad note, seeing Ted the lawyer sing here for the first time, spoiler, it may happen again, reminded me that we lost his actor Sam Lloyd last year to cancer. Oh, that's really sad. Even though he plays the sad sack, he's probably the most consistently hilarious reoccurring character in the show. For an actual fun fact, since we were discussing Cougar Town a couple of weeks ago on Community, it's worth mentioning that the show technically exists in the same universe and is made by the same creator. Alright, and we got Corey coming through to say, that song really is like a virus. After I saw this episode, I sang the song at work and it spread like wildfire. By the end of the day, I heard a random person humming it in the parking lot. Great reaction as always. Watching it I can't believe how fast his show goes from good to great. It's already happening. Alright, well let's get to episode 4 right now.
That'd be nice. Make him know you're a man.
Would you guys
Make him know you're a man, not a boy.
Thank you.
Make me.
Everybody out of here now! Now.
Well, that was manly.
Right? That's what I'm
Oh
talking
jeez,
about.
are they setting up that she's gonna die?
Yes, please.
Surgeons generally don't like to get too close to patients. Maybe it makes it harder to cut someone open, maybe it's just too risky, I don't know.
Oh, she said she thinks it's amazing that your fancy private school didn't teach you any Spanish, considering that 1/3 of your patients speak it as a primary language.
Now, like every doctor here speaks Spanish.
Hola, señora Guerrero. ¿Cómo se siente?
Wow.
Muy bien.
Bueno.
What now, Dr. Barbie?
Mrs. Guerrero is a 40-year-old lupus patient who presented with shortness of breath, so I started her on a heparin drip and ordered a PQ scan. I just wanted to run that by you.
1, 2, 3.
Should I continue
It's
with the heparin?
really important that you let me get to 10.
Well, I just thought...
Listen, Cookie. You've been here over a month. This is medicine 101. I don't want every little thing run by me. I don't want to give you my 2 cents worth, but if you ever do want to know my opinion, rest assured it will always be that you're an incredible pain and that every time I see your cute Pete doll face, it just makes me want to pick you up and shake you until all the hours of my life that you've wasted fall out. Now laugh. Laugh so that she doesn't think I'm yelling at you.
she actually say that?
One thing to remember.
It sounds progress. Your progress is mucho.
Good?
Yeah. There we go. There we go, baby.
A pony.
Okay, enough of this. I don't think any of you realize how serious this is. Right now, we need to be worried about your mother, your grandmother, your... I'm sorry, we haven't met him. Dorian. Very cute.
I'm Dorian.
Come on, let's go.
Why is his face covered in chocolate?
Yeah, all the s'mores.
Here we go. Blow.
Increase the heparin to 1,500 units per hour. Does that sound like enough?
Should be. Then when he's lost the will to live, that's when I jump in. So how long?
It lost the will to
A month,
live.
maybe 2. What about you?
I like to use sex as an icebreaker.
Ah. And how's that working out for you?
I guess I don't have what you would call high self-esteem.
Let me know when you find the hernia.
You got it.
You're so lost.
You're not lost.
Go left here.
It's a right.
You passed his Cooper's looking 3 times already. Just stop and ask for directions.
You want to drive this thing? Because I will pull this thing over and let you drop this thing.
Wait, this is like in a car and driving.
Yeah.
What is that?
Hey, her OSAT's in the 80s. And take a look at her heart rate.
Unfortunately, we don't really have a choice.
Actually, I do have a choice.
Certain things you never expect to come out of a person's mouth.
I think I'm ready to die.
So what?
I bet a ton of bricks for Dr. Dorian.
I got a ton of bricks. Oh. You got hit with a ton of bricks. That was good.
That was clever.
Come back.
Okay, see you soon.
Hi, sport. I sure hope you're not using that phone to make a personal call.
No, actually, that was David Morrison's father. He's a patient of mine. Dave's a good kid.
Well, sounds terrific. You two becoming best pals, huh? Well, you know what we should do? The 3 of us should play a game of stickball.
Sorry?
Sure, all we need is a stick and a ball and a pocket full of dreams. Or we can take turns bowling your patient down the hallways of my hospital.
Okay, listen, so I can explain. That's...
Spare me.
Spare you. That's good. Because of the bowling thing, that's...
Spare me.
No, I won't.
I just think he's a good kid, and I really thought he needed a friend.
You gotta
Ma'am,
cut.
your patients don't need friends, they need a doctor.
Her BP's dropping.
You're in medicine. You gotta accept the fact that everything we do here, everything, is a stall. We're just trying to keep the game going. That's it. But ultimately, it always ends up the same way.
That's symbolical. It's just a stall.
Yeah,
We're just
just a stall.
stalling.
I win.
Where? I don't see.
Here, diagonal.
Here.
Pretty sneaky, Death.
Here, diagonally.
Hope I helped. I'm scared.
It's a little kid.
Here.
You did the best you can, boy.
Is it great?
You did the best you can. Man, everybody died?
Did they all die?
I just wanted you to know that she went very
Why I
peacefully.
threw my ass?
And on days like that, I guess the best you can hope for is that you took something from it. Hey, you took
Ellie's gonna beat
anything.
them. Oh, that's good to see you.
I like that guy's phone. Let's keep it that way.
Anything at all.
She gained some confidence today.
Yeah.
Even if it's just taking the time to
got
lie in
some
the grass
empathy.
and think about all
And he
the
found
things
time for
you
himself.
still
Ah, it's so
That's chill.
sweet.
Alright, that was episode 4 of Scrubs, and man, I'm telling you, aside from all the hijinks and the goofiness that it does, it is a straight up serious, real life story behind all of the silliness that we got going on, and I love how they can mix both. it's just a beautiful thing when you can do that. You can balance the crazy with the real. And at the same time, it is mirroring real life. This is exactly what happens in real life. Not no high concept medical show. This is straight up probably real life. Real people doing real things. People die. That's what happens. So I don't want you guys to tell me, but I can already see just by episode 4 that this show probably won a lot of Emmys. I can see that right now because the performances and the stories that they come up with and the way they do it moving forward, I can see they were probably some really big contenders in the Emmys back in the day, or even the last couple of seasons. I could just see that right now. If not, it's a shame because episode 4, season 1 ain't supposed to be hitting you like, okay, we in for a journey right now. This is gonna be a really good ass show. So I loved it, man. Again, everybody is doing what they gotta do, and I can only expect nothing less but goodness from this. So, hey, I can't wait to episode 5.
Yeah, that one hit. Emotionally too. I was like, you can see how all the pieces came together. Yeah. I didn't think they were gonna do all three. It was just great storytelling, just on the emotional side, as far as like their takeaways. Turk's level up is the part that really got to me. I was like, oh geez. So I thought that was just genuinely, authentically like emotional, and like I wasn't expecting it. And I have to say too, to your point, like the comedic side also works because him getting the bricks delivered was fucking hilarious. That was genius. That was great execution on that joke.
That's my brain.
Worked so well. I was just like, this is fantastic.
And a ton of bricks.
That was just so good. That was probably my highlight on the comedic side, but I definitely think the emotional aspect of the show is what won me over this episode. And I'm just so surprised that am I tearing up? Well, I'm tearing up on episode 4. So you guys mentioned it early on that this show will have those laughs, they'll have tears and all of that too. Mm-hmm. And only being on episode 4 and having already experienced all of those emotions already, I am super excited and feeling like I low-key may need to have tissues nearby. Yeah. But I can't wait for more.
Yeah. All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk reaction for Scrubs Season 1, Episode 4. And until next time, people, peace.